What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you the Monk Sunwuko starter build, Gr20 build, speed build for Season 9, Diablo 3 patch 2.4.3. Now, the 4-piece Sunwuko Gr20 clear isn't so bad, but really the main culprit of why we're doing so well in these rifts is because of Explosive Palm. I prefer the Fire EP rune because it puts a nice dot on the enemy. It causes the enemy to burn for 1875 weapon damage over 9 seconds. If the enemy dies while burning, it explodes in the area, causing 3200 weapon damage as fire over 3 seconds. So I just find the fire EP to be better at this super low level. So pretty much all we're doing is putting EP on elites and DPSing them down. If you see like small health elites like skeletons or little scorpions and you want to use that to pop a little area damage, that's cool too. Try to keep sweeping winds up as much as possible just for the damage reduction, and you do gain spirit. We're using the Inner Storm rune. If you're new to my starter builds, we don't use any Paragon, nothing beneficial in the cube, no legendary gems in our gear. For weapons, I normally craft maces in this scenario, but I went ahead and crafted fist weapons because of that extra spirit. I feel like we could always use a little bit more spirit. It's not necessary, but the extra secondary stats can roll plus spirit, and you can get plus spirit regen on your actual weapons itself. In the helmet, I actually used the orange gem. The orange gem at a base level is going to give us 10.5% RCR, or reduced resource cost. I find that to be a little bit better because I don't really need survivability, especially with the free 50% damage reduction buff we get from Sunwuko. And then just base level green gems in your gear. You can use white if you choose so. Green gems in your weapons. You should have no problem clearing the Gr20 with this ability, especially if you get even one weapon or just one item to kind of set your damage off a little bit further from that. You can see it in the gameplay, like pretty much the general strategy and what I'm doing, and just pretty much EP and putting yourself in like really good positions to not die, not take unnecessary damage and things like that. I'm using Harmony for my passives, Beacon of Yitar for the CDR, Alacrity and Seize the Initiative. We are using Mangle, so this is going to help us hit with Mangle. Mangle is a really strong generator. A lot of monks use this. 255% weapon damage as fire, so it does synergize with Fire EP rune. And yeah, keep sweeping winds up as much as possible. I'm using Implosion. You can use like Soothing Breeze to get an extra heal. So if you're having some survivability issues for whatever reason, you can switch that around. I just like to pull them together in a big radius and then EP blows them up, so it's just kind of synergistic with the playstyle. This is what I went with, and it worked out pretty well for me. Alright, you monk bros out there, good luck with your Gr20 clear this season. Sunwuko's has a really good start, so you should be fine overall. Let's go ahead and move on to the speed portion of the build. So we're going to be using like a classic Ingeom, dashing around, dropping bells everywhere. Pretty much the classic bell monk, speed monk, one punch monk, whatever you want to call it. I decided to go with a little bit different combo. I'm using Ingeom in the cube, and I know for sure I wanted Nemesis bracers because I hate swapping Nems mid-fight, so I have that in the cube as well. And then we have Avarice Band, that way we don't have to think about globes and gold and things like that. We can just focus on killing things and not worry about anything. For legendary gems, I'm going with Bane of the Trapped. I'm going with Zay's Stone of Vengeance and Boon of the Hoarder. So you want to be using your Wave of Light from a distance. Typically, I mean, sometimes you just can't. You're dashing around too much and you pop on a mob and then you can blow him up right there. But typically, you're going to attack him from far away and then collect your rewards as you pass by. We are using Kiro Shiro's Soul, so you don't have to worry about keeping up your sweeping winds. This is not one of those builds. Sweeping winds gains 2 stacks every second. It does not deal damage to enemies. So since we're far away, a lot of the time we're not really having to worry about keeping our stacks up. So you can kind of see the general gameplay in the video is you're dropping bells. You have infinite dashes because Ingeom, and really like you're only weak really when you don't have Ingeom proc. So your goal every time you first enter a rift is to look for an enemy that you can pretty much blow up with Ingeom. And then after that, you have so many dashes, like nobody can really touch you because you're just porting around everywhere, averting danger at every corner. This build's pretty amazing. Just understand you're pretty much in the T10, T11 area. You're not going to go into the T12, T13 without lots of augments. You would maybe, once you get your LTK monk geared out, then you maybe would switch to LTK. Green gems in your gear. I really love the RCR, the reduced resource cost in the helmet. Again, I just find it to be better overall. Like, we're not using any way to get back spirit, like we're not using Cinder Coat or any of the popular methods, so this definitely helps keeps us topped off as much as possible. We're also getting spirit from Sweeping Wind, we're getting spirit from Air Ally, we're getting spirit from Epiphany Insight, so you can see like a lot of our build is just to keep our spirit topped off as much as possible. It's super important. That's one reason why we're using Ingeom in the cube, because it's a sword weapon, so you can't gain plus spirit on your Ingeom. So we're using the fist weapons on our character. Yeah, man, this build is great. It's classic, it's fast, it's furious. One of the fastest speed farming builds for T10, T11 in the game. So I hope you guys get the items, drops you need, and everything like that. As far as stat priorities go, I would honestly just do crit damage, because that's how you're blasting elites. Fire damage, and then cooldown would be like the 4th skill, because we are using Ingeom to make up for it. Like in this build in the video, I think I just have 42% CDR. So we have some CDR. It's not going unrecognized, but it's definitely something that we're not 100% focusing on. It's like a lot of it is RCR and things like that. So this is the build we landed on for this character. The one passive you can mix around with is this passive right here. I put near-death experience because when you die on accident and you lose your Ingeom proc, it's pretty savage. It's just really upsetting, because then you have to go find another elite. You're not porting around. You're being horribly inefficient. But if you guys are getting good at the build, you can easily swap out near-death experience for whatever you like. This is what I went with though. Annihilation, Mantra. The links for both builds will be down in the description below. I wish you guys the most of luck in Season 9. I will be there alongside you farming away. I'll probably be playing Witch Doctor or Monk. I haven't decided just yet. Big shout out to my patrons out there. You guys mean the world to me, man. Always helping me grow the stream and the channel. We're going to be doing a podcast once a month, exclusive for patrons. So if you're interested in that, check out the links down below as well. Catch me at twitch.tv/bloodshed. We're streaming there 6 days a week, testing builds, live on stream, and when the season starts, we're going to be grinding away right alongside you guys as well. Anyways, guys, this is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.